3 people, 3 countries, and 1 long Zoom call. This is the Accidental PhDs, where 3 PhDs talk about research, science, grad school, and everything in between.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Accidental PhDs. I'm Alok from Comenius University. So this is our final episode of PhD application series.
Hello everyone, I'm Karthik from University of Potsdam, and in this episode we'll be discussing about how to crack a PhD interview.
Yeah, so I'm Basil from University of Chicago. So in this episode, we are doing a mock interview in which I'll be the interviewer and Alok and Karthik will be answering my questions as PhD applicants. And Alok will be representing a person who makes incomplete answers or wrong answers, and Karthik will be answering that correctly. So let's get into it. And after that, we will be giving some insights from our personal experiences and some tips. Hi Arjun, Karan. So thank you for joining. So today, I think it's already late night over there in India, right? Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, so this is like a informal interview, a casual chat between both of us to communicate what you are looking in and what we are looking in a PhD candidate. Okay. So I will introduce myself first. So I'm Dr. Basil from Harvard University. So I'm basically working on the cosmochemistry. Basically I'm part of this. I'm leading this project that you're currently applying for. So we have some other scientists also working with this. Okay, let's start with introducing yourselves first. So Arjun can go first. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello sir, my name is Arjun and I have done my master's and bachelor's. I have done my BS MS in ISR Kolkata, and it was of 5 years program.
That's all. Okay, Karan, can you introduce yourself?
Hey Dr. Vassal, it was really nice meeting you today. I am Karthik from ISA Kolkata. I did my bachelor's and master's majoring in earth sciences, and I did my master thesis in Earth Surface Dynamics lab at ISA Kolkata. And I have been working in this field since last 3 years. I have done multiple internships and thesis, and yeah, I'm really grateful to be considered for this PhD position.
Nice. So, okay, for the first question, for introducing yourself, the way Arjun answered and the way the Karan answered was really different. I mean, Arjun missed a lot of information. For example, Arjun never mentioned which course he is studying, and he didn't go into details of his background, at least briefly, right? What do you think?
Yeah, of course. Like Arjun was also underconfident, and he was taking time to talk. Okay. Also, he should have talked about his background and what kind of research he has done, at least master's research, even if he's not mentioning about internship. But master's research is crucial for any kind of further research.
Yeah.
So he should have mentioned that.
What do you think, Karthik?
Yeah, I think you don't have to butter up a lot or say anything like thanks or very much thank you. You don't have to thank a lot, but you should just say at least in the beginning that hi, it's nice to meet you or nice to have a chat with you now, and then start your answer and then answer the thing. I mean, you don't have to be, it's
Yeah.
okay to be a bit casual and
Mhm.
Yeah.
go with the flow.
And Arjun should have also mentioned about professor with whom he has worked in masters, lab, these things, department. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, then let's go to the next question, right?
Okay.
Back to the character. Okay, thank you, Arjun. So, can you explain? So, I've seen your CV and SOP in which I can see that you have been working on this specific topic of for 1 year, right? For the last 1 year for your master's thesis. So, can you briefly explain, maybe within less than 5 minutes, can you briefly explain what did you do? What was your research question, and how did you approach that question, and what are the results that you got from the 1 year long research?
Yes. So my topic of research was to see plastics in the agricultural fields. So I have collected soils from many agricultural fields, and I have assessed them. Okay, I have used instruments like FTR. I have used, and while analyzing it, I have used some softwares, some MATLAB things. Okay, and I have seen like results are like there are microplastics. It is in a good amount. Like good amount means it's not good for the soil, but it's in higher amount. And for the whole year, I have assessed it, and I have written the complete report where I have mentioned everything. So my whole topic for the whole year was like I was working on microplastics and trying to understand how much it is there in the agricultural soils.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask for Karan. So Karan, thank you for introducing yourself. So I've seen that you have done a 1 year long master's thesis. So can you briefly explain what was the research question you addressed and what are the results that you got from that?
So in my project, in my master's thesis, we were checking for sediment recycling in the frontal part of Himalaya. For that, we chose northwestern part of Himalayas, which is a Ganga river, which flows through the northwestern part of Himalaya. So we went there and we collected samples from the river terrace sections. We had around 37 samples, which we processed for neodymium and strontium. And we use these isotope methods to check where the sediments are coming from and how weathered they are. So our project focused on two methods. One is the isotope method, where we use strontium and neodymium. The other was other geochemical elements, and we see how the geochemical concentrations are depleting in our sediments. So we went on a fieldwork, which was around 20 days in the northwestern Himalayas. We collected those samples, and then later I worked for around 6 months in a clean lab where I processed all these samples, and at the end we used some computational methods to model our results, and then we compared our results, which we got from our lab, from ICP analysis of our samples and the computational results. So we found out that there is prominent sediment recycling happening in the frontal part of Himalaya, and we found that these sediments are a mix of the hinterland part and the frontal part, which means that the sedimentary archive was connected with the river, which was bringing in sediments from the hinterland part of the region in last 15,000 years.
Yeah, interesting. So, what are the instruments that you use for this work? I mean, this is really interesting work that you've mentioned, like the field work that you got. So, did you got any hands-on experience with any instruments while analyzing, or you just send the samples?
We didn't have much instrument at our university, so we send the samples outside for analysis, but I have experience in geochemistry lab and of pre-processing all the samples. We did all the processing work at our university. We just send it outside for the analysis, and we got the results from them. So I don't have the hands-on experience on an instrument, but I have experience with wet lab geochemistry methods and the whole process.
Okay, nice. Okay, so this is a crucial question, right? Because this is where you are explaining about the research that you have done for 1 year. So back to Alok and Karthik and Basil. So let's think about this.
Yeah, I think this is the section which should go perfectly for you in an interview. This is the main section, and you know this question would be there. In every interview, you'll face this question. So this is the main thing which you should be prepared for. You should be very fluent with your master thesis explanation, because you must have given multiple interviews before that. You have given your master thesis defense. You should be knowing these things in very much detail. So before the interview, you should form a structured way of answering or a structured way of explaining your master's project, and practice it with a friend. Practice it with someone 3 times, 4 times until you get that flow to explain it in 2 minutes. Or if someone has also prepare it for 5 minutes, in how much detail you can prepare at different sets, and then practice it that, okay, if they ask 5 minutes, I can just explain it in this way. I can include these things. So this should be well prepared section, because this is not something which is coming out of surprise.
Yeah. Also, there will be sub questions from this part, because definitely
Yeah.
they have got some sparks from different statements that you've made. They will be like asking, like, okay, FTIR, why did you use FTIR? So if
Yeah.
you are saying FTIR and you don't know the functioning of it, FTIR, the basic principles of FTIR, doesn't say that word in the interview. So whichever word you are going to say, be sure that you know that instrument well. You at least know that what is the principle. So maybe they will like, okay, what is the basic working principle of FTIR and why you are using it for your sample? There will be questions
Yeah.
like that, and you should be ready for answering such questions. So you're saying I've been working for FTIR for last 1 year, and when someone asks like why that instrument, how that instrument is working to get samples ready or get results, then
Yeah.
you don't know. That means like you're just following some set of rules, some set of steps without understanding what is happening behind. So be prepared for such sub questions also. Okay, Arjun, your research master's is really interesting. So, did you face any challenges while doing this research? What are the challenges that you faced, and how did you, if there is any challenge, how did you manage to go around these challenges and solve the problems?
I don't think so. I have faced any challenges. There were no any challenges for me, and I'm really happy that I have got really good results. So there were no challenges. Uh, all like whole year, I guess.
It really went well, right? Okay.
Yeah, it really went well.
Okay, Karan. So, what were the challenges that you faced, and what are the steps that you took? What are the measures that you took to address these challenges?
Challenges, I think the modeling aspect was a bit difficult for me. It was quite new to me to model these things. I struggled a bit while doing it, but it introduced me to quite new things, to new softwares, new methods, and I worked around it. I had to spend quite a lot of time on it, and there were very helpful seniors in our lab who were quite good in it and who helped me in this thing. So yeah, I think that was one thing where I struggled the most, but it's also the thing from which I learned the most. And in the end, it just worked out well for me. Apart from that, time management is always an issue when you do research, especially when you work in lab. You have to manage your time. So that is one thing which was also a bit difficult, but now I know that how much time management is important while doing research. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's come back to the original characters. So Arjun was lying, or Arjun was overconfident, right? What do you think?
Yes.
Alok.
Yeah, actually, see, in case of Arjun was like he might be thinking that I didn't face any challenge. That means I'm really good at research like that. So he was trying to lie so that interview can take him in that PhD position. But see, whenever you are doing research, and this master thesis is a big research after internships, right? So if you're doing something new, then you should face challenges. Definitely, you will be facing some challenges. As you can see, Arjun's work was it was field work and then lab work and then data analysis. So he might have faced lots of challenges during field, right? He's collecting samples. He might have faced challenges from people, like from whose land you are taking samples. If not there, then also while doing lab work, let's say when separating microplastic or characterizing it, or while doing data analysis also. So there could have been challenges, but Arjun tried to lie, but he should not lie. You should be very honest to the challenges you have faced. And I think definitely because Arjun has been able to do his work, that means he has overcome those challenges. He might have learned lots of things. Okay, so you have to represent all those things in such a manner so that professor could understand that this guy is a learning, he's a hardworking, he learns from the challenges, he learns from the problems, right?
Yeah.
So this
As
is what
as Karan answered also, he was mentioning the challenges, and after that, he said that these challenges helped me a lot
yes.
in making me a better researcher. So yeah. Okay. Okay, Arjun. So why are you planning to do a PhD, and why are you interested in our specific research group? What is the motivation that you have to apply for this specific research group?
Okay. So talking about doing PhD, I want to be a researcher. I want to be in academia. So that's why I want to do PhD. And talking about your joining your research group. So your lab, your group is one of the prominent group all over the world working in such topic in which I'm interested, as it is uh, connected from my previous work. And this is a really good group. And other thing is like collaborations, like there are so many collaborations that I can make if I join your group. And also my expertise to work in this group, like that is what fits me to work here.
Okay. So Karan, why are you doing a PhD, and why this research group?
And I applied in this research group because I already have a lot of experience in geochemistry, in Earth surface processes, and this lab works at the interface of Earth surface processes and remote sensing. So this would really be beneficial for me, as I'll be able to work with people who have expertise in remote sensing too. And the similar kind of work which you are doing in this research group, I was also doing in India. I was working on Himalayas, and now I also want to test those methods and use those methods and research in a different mountain range in Andes as you're working there. So yeah, and also we have many good instruments here. You have FTIR, scanning electron microscope, and mass spectrometer. So this would really be useful for me and for processing my samples. And I have read about your research. I have read your work in so many journals, which also motivated me to approach you and approach your group and apply for a PhD here.
Okay. So how did that go? I mean, what was the mistakes Arjun made? For Alok, it's like Alok has to make all the mistakes, and he has to explain what was the mistakes. Come on, explain.
I was
Okay,
trying
so
to make my
Alok.
answers.
Mhm.
No, sorry.
Yeah, you continue.
So Arjun is like Arjun was a kind of giving general answers, right? He was going good, and he said like he want to become a researcher. That was good. Also, he was telling that he that uh, the kind of research he did and he is going to do, that is similar there, and people are doing that. But he did not mention the specifically, like as Karthik mentioned, there are instruments. As Karthik,
Karan, not Karthik.
as Karan mentioned that instruments that are there in that group. Okay, he mentioned the particular instruments. Also, he mentioned that publications in certain kind of journals that also motivated. But Arjun didn't mention all these things. These are like these things shows that how much research you have done about any group. Well, when you are going there, it's not only that I'm just going because I have seen these things are matching with my previous research, that's why I want to go there. But kind of things, instruments, and kind of publications that are going, that also shows you what kind of works are going there.
Yeah,
Like,
also you were mentioning that this is one of the prominent research group in the world. Don't do such things. I mean,
yes.
you are not gonna flatter them.
Arjun was mentioning them.
Yeah, I mean Arjun, not hello.
Yeah, Arjun
Never
was
do that.
mentioning.
Don't try to flatter them, even if they are the best lab in the world. You are not joining there because it's the best lab, because it's the best environment to do the research, because they have these instruments, these collaborations, these publications, and all. Yeah. Anything to add, Karthik?
I think, yeah, that's it.
So
That's it.
basically, it's like you both are helping each other. The lab group is helping you, and you are helping the group.
Yeah, you should
So
say both.
you both are growing together. You both can fit together. That's what we all are looking for.
Talk about their expertise and talk about your expertise too. Don't forget
Yes.
about yourself.
Yeah, how we can work together. You can talk there simply.
Yeah. Okay, Arjun. So tell me about a time when your experiment or a plan didn't work, or maybe did you make any mistakes or blunders while doing your research, and how did you manage to solve such mistakes and all?
Oh, okay. As far as I can remember, I don't think so. I have been through these kind of situations. There were no any big thing. I think if I would have done something wrong, then I would have repeated it. But I cannot remember anything like that. And as I mentioned earlier, also that I did not face lots of challenges in this project, so it wasn't that difficult for me, and there were no any blunder mistakes like.
Okay. What about Karan?
I wouldn't call it blunder, but just a bad moment. I think while working in the lab, I dropped one of the sample. I spilled one sample. I think we missed some portion of it on that day, but we made sure that it didn't contaminate anything else. And I had to process that batch, that sample again, like from the beginning, because we always keep some backup. I think that's one thing which I learned with that mistake, that you should also always keep a backup of your sample. If something happens to your sample, you should be able to process it again from a previous step. So yeah, that was the mistake which I did, spilling a sample in the lab.
Yeah. So it's Arjun lied, or Arjun doesn't want the interviewer to know that he makes mistakes. But Karan was honest, and he said that he made some mistakes and he learned from it. It's that easy. You should never fake yourself, right?
In Arjun's mind, it would be like they need someone who is perfect in
Yeah.
their work. Maybe this could be one of the reasons that's why Arjun is trying to answer like that.
But they don't need someone who is perfect. They need someone who is legit, and someone who is responsible for what he is doing. Someone who
Yes.
is honest.
Yeah.
There would be people who spill a sample, they won't tell their supervisor or
Yeah.
what it made. They just try to cover it up and
Yeah.
move forward. They don't want those kind of
Yeah.
people.
Then it
Yeah.
will even the data will be manipulated because of this small mistake. You will do all these changes to data. Maybe the sample is already contaminated and your supervisor doesn't know that, and you try to cover up it and you publish that paper, and it's like complete a small mistake, a small dishonesty is going to cost you big.
Yes. Yes. Of course.
So be honest. They need honest people. Okay, thank you, Arjun, for your time. So if you have any doubts or if you have any queries or questions, you're free to ask. I can help you with all those things. So if you have any questions, you can ask.
No, I don't have any questions, and all the things are clear. So thank you for the interview. So I don't have any questions right now.
Okay. Okay. What about Karan? Do you have any questions or queries?
Yeah, I had a few questions.
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to ask like during my PhD, what proportion of my time would be for lab work, and how much time would I be spending working on computational things, and would there be a fieldwork involved in it?
Okay. Think that I answered. The next question.
Also, I wanted to ask if I can start right away, or would it take time for me to start working on my samples? Do I have to wait in the beginning for the samples to be collected and to be brought here?
Okay. Any more questions?
And what would be the funding source? Is my PhD funded for 4 years, or is it just funded for 3 years and then we have to seek external funding after that? What is the duration? What is the typical duration of PhD from your lab?
Okay.
And can I get contacts of some people who are doing PhD from your lab, or who have completed their PhD from your lab? Can I contact them?
Okay. So yeah, see the difference, Arjun and Karan, right? Because Arjun thought that Arjun has not prepared any questions, and as he said that everything is clear, that means he is not inquiring about the details, that specific details that everyone should know. All these questions Karan asked is very important, right? So always prepared with questions. Every interview there will be this question: do you have anything to ask? Do you have any queries? And you say, I don't have anything, everything is fine. It's like, okay, this guy or this person is not serious, because he have no doubts. It will be never like that. You will have doubts. If you're specifically interested in the specific program, you will have questions, you will have doubts, right?
Yeah.
So I think everything is clear in that sense, as we have mocked how a bad answer and how a right answer will be. And that was really interesting. And this was really interesting episode, right? And maybe we can give some insights and some tips to the end. Maybe next we can give some tips and all about overall interview preparation and all, right? Let's change our names.
So one more thing is that sometimes it happens in interview, they'll ask you a question, okay, do you have information or do you have knowledge about this? And then you say yes. And then they ask a sub question about that, a particular subsection, a sub question of that. And then you can't answer that. I mean, and then you'll be like, oh no, I don't know this. So only say yes, you know that's that thing only when you're sure that you know it really well. You can answer questions about that. Or you can just say that, okay, I know this, but not in that much detail, or I only know these things in that. Don't just say yes, I know this. If someone asks you, do you know coding? Don't just say yes. Say that, okay, I have done a bit coding in Python and I know these basic things. I have worked with these things. So they'll know, okay, you know this much. If they answer from that, then you should be able to answer that.
I don't
Other
know.
thing like the thing like practice it again and again for interview. Like they like whenever they send it for interview, they mention it. In my case, they mentioned it that you have to prepare for firstly 5 minute presentation about your thesis. Okay, and then again after that they shortlisted me and then they asked me to talk about the project. Okay, so they mentioned it all these things, and you have to uh, prepare it in a well structured and then keep practicing it right again and again, so that while talking you don't lag there, you talk confidently.
Yeah. So
You
my
can
content tip is basically don't be like Arjun, be like Karan. Okay, then
okay.
this is our last episode of our PhD application series, and you can see a lot of episodes before this episode in which we talked about several aspects of PhD application, from finding professors, finding positions, and applying CV, email, LOR, SOP, everything. So if you haven't watched those episodes, go and watch it. And if you have any doubts, use the comment box, ask your questions, or you can even join our Telegram channel, Telegram group, where we upload all the contents, all the resources that you can.
So whatever questions we have discussed right now, it's based on our experiences. So we are only three here. There could be some more questions. So always talk to your seniors, as you can you can talk more of your seniors. Then you will get to know that what are the common questions, and also you can find some unique question if some seniors have faced it.
Yeah. Also, make use of all opportunities where you get invited for an interview. Even if you are not well prepared, take a chance, and you know that you will not be selected, but you know how an interview is. Just take
Yeah.
the opportunity to be in an interview. Okay, then nothing else.
Okay.
So see you in our next episode, maybe with a new series, maybe with some new guests. Let's see. Okay,
Yeah.
then bye.
Bye bye.